Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. We are here in the car, as you can see, and today we are just doing a mid-season recap slash review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is my dog Benz. If you guys ever seen him in any videos, I'm pretty sure he's been in videos before, but this is Benz if you new to my channel and you haven't seen any videos. And before we get into it, let's go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn that notification bell on so you can be notified every time I make a new post. Okay, so let's start. Basically, for me, this season feels really long. Like, we're only on episode 13 and I feel like we're on episode 20 because it's just like ongoing, the same thing, repetition over and over again, and it's just being drawn out, and it's tiring, and it just feels like we've been on this road before. Like, it just feels like forever. But for me, like, first off, I just want to say, like, I really do love everybody's looks this season. Like, everybody looks really, really good, and I don't know if that's because they have the new TV money or what, but Bravo and the cast, they decided to get new stylists this year, which I'm thankful for, because everybody looks like they look really, really good. Like, I love everybody's green screen look. Yeah, I love everybody's green screen look. So I'm here for all of that. Like, even Giselle is looking a little less country this season than she has been. So I'm really here for it, y'all. Like, I really am here for the looks this year. Even like Karen especially, like, I love the new wigs. Karen, oh my god, when I tell you, Karen's wigs have done a complete 180. Like, Karen said, like, even she got a new wig, boo, and that wig is sitting on that head right, baby girl. Like, to those stylists, because they did that. They really did. Um, Speaking of Karen, her and Ray are going through a bit of a rough patch right now. Um, so Karen and Ray are going through like a bit of a rough patch right now, and it stems from Karen getting like more and more fame from the show and money from the show, and Karen is like, well, Ray is like, it's because Karen is getting like a big head and she's just beside herself now that she's been on the show. But really, like, in my opinion, I feel like Karen's newfound fame and wealth is making Ray a little jealous and insecure, because now Karen doesn't need him. Like, before, I feel like Karen and Ray's relationship was like, oh, I give you some money to satisfy you, blah blah blah. And now she doesn't need to ask Ray for any money. Like, she probably does still, because I mean, I'm personally one of those people that's like, I make my money and spend yours. So I can see Karen doing that, but still, it's like she doesn't have to do that anymore. And so I feel like Ray is just feeling a little insecure with like what's going on in their relationship. But for me, it's just like, you say she's getting a big head, but it's just like, Ray, she was calling herself the Grand Dame season 1, so we knew she was gonna get the big head. She already had the big head. It has to be something more than her with a big head. I really do think it's like jealousy and insecurity, and I hope we can see them move past it, and I hope they can move past it, because I like their relationship. I like Karen and Ray, and I don't want to see them flop because Ray can't handle Karen's newfound independence. You know what I mean? Okay, so Candace is still a victim. We've seen that for the past, what, 2 seasons now? This is her 3rd season. So Candace is still being a victim in her 3rd season. She's still blaming everyone else for her problems, still acting like she doesn't do any wrong to cause someone else to do her wrong. You know what I mean? Like, she just feels like everyone is against her. And yeah. And Candace is also still spending money she doesn't have. Like, who goes and have a wedding anniversary party before they have their honeymoon? Who? because even my parents, like we don't have the money, like we not rich yet, but even my parents went on a honeymoon. Like they even went out of town for the weekend. Y'all couldn't even go out of town for a day, but yet you're gonna spend 22K on a wedding anniversary and then couldn't afford to have a full open bar. Are you kidding me? Like your priorities are all over the place, and then you're over here thinking about Monique, and it's just like, Candace, you need to go on a honeymoon. Go on a honeymoon. Maybe then you'll chill out and actually get some clarity on your own relationship and your own life, and you won't have to feel the need to be in everyone else's business. Because who has a cash bar at their party? Like, I've never been to a party where we had to pay for the drinks. Like, I never had to pay like a cash bar, like unless we're going to the club, and the club doesn't count because that's the club. So if anything, Candace, you and Chris should have had beer and wine, because that is way cheaper, and people wouldn't have had to pay for it. Like me personally, I would have been like, where's this money going? Like I would have been sober that whole night because, excuse me, cash bar? Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. That's tacky. That is tacky. And for someone who calls people ghetto hood rats, that was ratchet what you did with that cash bar, sis. That's all I'ma say. Monique got a new bird. Um, yeah, the bird's name is T'Challa. I don't like birds personally, but I like that Monique has a bird. That's cool for her. I totally see Monique getting the bird. I totally see that. Like, I totally see that. And the bird's name is T'Challa, and it's really cute. The bird's cute. If I ever seen it, I'll probably be scared because, like I said, I don't like birds like that. But I would still be like, okay, this is cute. And the name T'Challa, that's cute. That was really cute. What else? Ashley has her new baby, so we finally get to see Mama Ashley instead of Mama Ashley, the concerned mom friend who be concerned about stuff that really shouldn't be a concern of hers. You know what I'm saying? Like her concerns be, oh, you're drinking too much, but not why are you drinking too much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Ashley. So I'm glad she finally has a baby to be concerned about that and not concerned about everybody else's problems, because as you can see, Michael's still going around doing stuff, so she has to be concerned about that. And knowing Ashley, she's going to be up in everybody else's business because the stuff that her and Michael has going on that she doesn't want to be aired out. So she's probably going to try to be in other people's business. So we'll see how that pans out. But for me, Michael, you need to keep your hands to yourself. That's like common sense 101. Keep your hands to yourself, or people are going to tell other folks, especially when you're on TV. Do you not realize people are looking for any chance to get some clout and fame and money? Come on now. Play the game. Don't play yourself, okay? Robin is still trying to get Juan to put a ring on it. It's been 5 seasons and however else many years they've been together, been divorced. Robin, all I'm gonna say about that is, if you and Juan don't get married by the end of 2021, you need to leave, because at this point he's playing you, and you keep saying, I live in a house full of bars, I never get played. If anybody's getting played on this show, it's Robin, and that's real. That's real. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but Robin, if anything, you need to move out. Like, I'm still confused as to why y'all still live together and Juan is playing with you. Like, if anything, Robin, you should have been got your own place, been got somewhere to stay. That way Juan will see, like, oh yeah, I really do want her in my life. I really do want to be with her. Let me get right, propose, so we can be a family again. Like, nah, okay, yeah, you can go share with me. Yeah, let's just pretend like we're still married, and mom and our kids won't feel some type of way. No, that will only hurt your kids in the long run. And especially now that your kids are old enough to go on social media, their friends can go on social media. They know y'all not married. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all know that your kids know that y'all not married. And if they don't know now, they will know soon, because it's only a matter of time. Like, y'all information is public information, you know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time for your kids or their friends to Google y'all and to find out that y'all not married. So y'all y'all either need to come together and get it right and get married, or tell your kids, like, mom and daddy are not married. We want to be together, but this is just what works for us right now. And honestly, I'm pretty sure your kids will not feel the type of way. I promise you. I promise you they won't. Okay, so we have new housewife Wendy Osefo. She is a doctor. She has 4 degrees. She's a teacher at Johns Hopkins University, and she's also a political commentator on CNN, and she was on Fox News like the other day. Yeah, I don't like her because for me, Wendy is like, she's worse than Candace and Ashley, because Wendy is coming in season 5, getting into season 3 drama and season 4 drama. And for me, that's weird because just like, that doesn't concern you. Like, it doesn't. You are in the middle of everybody else's business, and you need to go on and figure out your own house. Like, your own family is not even secure, and yet you're coming after other people, saying other people need to be held accountable. Who needs to be held accountable in your family, Wendy? Let's talk about that, because I really want to know how you consider yourself loyal to Candace when you were the first person to go and tell Robin what Candace had said when y'all went to lunch that day. So I'm trying to figure out where your loyalty lies when it comes to being Candace's friend, because for me it seems like you're only Candace's friend when it's team against Monique. So I just want to know, like, I really do want to know, when you brought up that maybe Candace doesn't feel like everybody that was there at Ashley Sip and See was her friend. Who are you referring to? Because you yourself have not been a friend to Candace until it's about Monique. That is the only time you're ever a friend to Candace. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you consider yourself a friend when you haven't been one? Like, you threw her under the bus, and for me, it's just like, okay, you threw her under the bus, but you could have easily been like, oh yeah, she said everyone's cool, she said everyone's nice, everyone has their little this, that, and the other, and then been done with it. Like, why did you have to say, ooh, it's a fly. Why did you have to say exactly what she said? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. It just, to me, seems like you're trying to fit in real bad, and you're trying to do it the wrong way. And that's exactly what Candace did. And you see what happened to her when you try to fit in the wrong way. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. And as far as the anti-black comments you have, baby girl, call somebody baby girl again with your condescending attitude. Pick up a book and look up microaggressions, colorism, racism, prejudice next time you try to condescend someone and say anything anti-black about, oh, that's why we don't allow you to the table, this is why, blah blah blah. Sis, none of us are getting an invite to the table because we are what? Black, okay? The white folks are not going to allow us to the table. So if you, a black woman, try to exclude another black woman who was having a hard time from the table over indiscretion, that's disgusting of you as a black woman. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, we're going to talk about how you think that you and Karen are friends because y'all work together. I really want to know, how many times do you ever hang out with your coworkers, like, outside of work? Like, really? And not the show, the Real Housewives of Potomac cast. I'm talking about, like, you, when you go do your political commentating. How many of those people do you actually see or actually talk to off of TV, off camera? Really? Y'all are co-workers. Just because you're the only 2 black girls on the board does not mean that y'all are automatically friends. Like, that's stuff you have to learn through life, and I guess that you haven't learned that yet, but you're learning it now. It takes time to get to know someone, and it takes time to develop a friendship. And for me, what it seems on the show, if I was Karen, I would not want to be your friend, because you're inserting yourself in other people's business. You don't know what you're talking about. You try to go ham on people. You're a hypocrite, and you're a follower, because you're only anti-Monique because you're listening to whatever Candace tells you instead of trying to see for yourself. Like, when you had that talk with Monique, and Monique was trying to understand why you went ham on Ashley, hypocrite, about having a baby at the girls' weekend instead of just opening your mouth. Like Monique said, maybe you should have just told me, or sure, maybe I should have reached out. But at the end of the day, some communication should have been had. And as a political commentator, that means I know you went to school for mass comm. You need to know something about communication. Like, as I don't know. Anyways, so let's get to the fight, okay? So we obviously couldn't have a mid-season recap without talking about the fight, considering it happened at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna say both of them are guilty, and that's not just because I like Monique. It's because both of them were, like, I've seen fights in real life, and I've seen fights where one person was the antagonizer the whole time. And I've seen fights where both people were. And I've seen fights where the person who got beat up was the antagonizer. I've seen it all. So for me, watching it and also watching the play-by-plays, like on everybody's Instagram page, yes, they both were at fault. Like, let me read y'all the play-by-play, because I watched it. When I tell you I've watched several play-by-plays of this fight, like Candace starts it, like they're both going at each other, and then Candace starts it by saying, "You gonna drag me? You gonna drag me?" And Monique flipping Candace's hair. She should have never touched her. Monique, you should have never put your hands on her. Just like Candace should have never said, "You gonna drag me," because she already told you she was gonna drag you before. So now you're looking to see if she's really going to do it. So Monique, you should have never touched her by touching her hair. She never did that. Monique was like, "You want me to? You want me to?" And then Candace had that knife in the glass, and Wendy tried to grab the knife, and Candace snatched it and was like, I got it. And I don't know what happened to the knife, but I think she got the knife from her. She had the glass. So Candace was holding on to that glass for dear life, but something happened, and she had touched Monique on her chest, like her upper chest area. And when she did that, you can see, like, I'm going to post it. I don't know if I'm going to post it in the thing because it's like an Instagram page, but I'm going to try to post it in the link in my bio. I mean, not the bio, the description. And you'll see, like, somebody who had on a black, long sleeve black outfit touched their light skinned hand on Monique's shoulder and pushed it a little bit. So Monique took that push and thought it was Candace who had her hand on her upper chest area. She grabbed Candace's hair and pulled her down, and then Candace started throwing the drinks. Now, somebody pointed out that Monique had said that she started hitting Candace when the wine got in her face, and she thought that Candace threw wine at her. Somebody pointed out that Candace had white wine, okay? Now, if you go back and watch the episode, you can see that Wendy and Giselle had red wine. And so they were saying that when y'all were fighting, glasses was going everywhere, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to figure out what made y'all think, oh, let's throw our glasses because other people are fighting. But y'all want to blame them. That's why I'm just like, everybody is to blame, because you had Robin and Giselle standing back smiling and laughing like, oh, something about to go down. They over here acting crazy. Ashley, who just so happened to have to go to the bathroom. Wendy, who looking like... And then Karen, who easily looks aggravated and is like, can they talk about this later? This not the time, this not the place. But you have other people like, no, let them talk. Like, everybody was egging it on. So when Monique commenced to slapping her after that red wine got in her face, then they wanted to go ham and get off her, Monique, get off her, let her go. I'm like, y'all is really wild. And then afterwards, everybody gonna have their noses up in the air while Candace is being anti-black, colorist, racist. Candace was being dead ass racist, prejudiced, elitist, classist, all of that. She was being all of that, calling her ghetto, hood rat, ASS, B word. Like, are you for real? You just got dragged. You just almost got your wig pulled off. Like, I'm pretty sure you had to go and I know you took the wig off that night. I know you had to, because I know this was burning. I know it was. I know it was. And not because I know from experience, but I know it was. Honestly, it was just really sad to watch. Like, the whole thing was just really sad to watch. And then Monique running, when Monique ran out that thing to go chase Candace down, y'all, when I tell you I was screaming, I was like, no, Monique, go get her, Monique. Child, Candace deserved it. I ain't gonna lie, she did. She did, and that's just simple as that. You run your mouth, talk shit, get hit. That's just cold. That's law. And you broke the law. So, I mean, that's what gotta happen, period. I feel like, moving forward though, I feel like Monique should have went and talked to her pastor before she went and talked to the other ladies, because like she said, she had said that she was still in the moment, and she still had the adrenaline pumping through her veins. So it was just like she wasn't able to think clearly. Still several days later, she wasn't able to think clearly. And those women who were antagonistic and just at her, like triggers for her, it just wasn't good for her to have seen them so quickly. I feel like she definitely should have went to talk to her pastor, because she was crying, and I thought she was able to hold her own. But you could see that she was embarrassed, but she wasn't remorseful. And that's because she didn't know why she was able to be taken to that place yet. So I just feel like her talking to the other ladies was a little premature. I feel like she definitely should have waited. Like like you can tell Monique didn't really have the luxury like Candace did to go to therapy and to talk to several different people right after. Like, Monique, she had said, I was watching interviews, and she had said that she had stuff to do. Like, she had an event the next day, she had things to do. We even saw on the show that she had to do her baby girl's hair. So it's just like she clearly did not have time to like even think about like, oh, I really just beat somebody's ass the other day. So I feel like she was just rushing it, trying to hold on to this image. Like the pastor said, she's trying to hold on to this image to be perfect. And it doesn't matter, because the women aren't going to care. Like, regardless if you're perfect, if you're not, they aren't going to like you. So stop trying to push your perfect self on them, because regardless, they're going to judge you. And I feel like even if she would have went to go talk to the pastor, honestly, even if she would have said, yeah, I am remorseful, I am embarrassed, I do want to apologize, I do feel like they still wouldn't have given her the time of day. I still feel like they would have eaten her alive and tried to chew her out, just because they don't like her. Like, simple as that. Giselle was real quick to pull up her past problems. Like, it was only Monique that did that. Okay, Giselle had brought up how she told Candace she was gonna drag her the season before, but she didn't bring out how Candace had threw the knife at Ashley that Giselle was sitting right next to, or how she brought up how Monique had did the umbrella with Robin, but didn't bring up how Robin was the one who tried Monique and was like, Monique was like, get up in my face and say that, and Robin got up in her face. What do you expect? Like, what do you expect when you tell someone to get in your face, they do it? You asking for a fight. Robin was asking for a fight when she was looking at Monique like, yo, now what? Now what? If I'm Monique, Robin big ass, yeah, I'm gonna use an umbrella too, Robin. You need to get the hell back. Like, are you for real? Are you for real? Robin thinks just because she's big that she was able to intimidate Monique, and Monique has something for her. That's why they don't like her, because she always has a clapback. Like, the pastor says she was used to getting bullied as a child, so now she holds this shield around her that she's always going to clap back before, like she always has a clapback, and sometimes the clapback's not warranted because these women are looking for a reason to not like her, period. But I guess I answered my own question because they don't have that same energy. Like, I really want to know, really, my question is, would y'all have the same energy if the roles were reversed, and would y'all have given Candace the same energy if Candace was the one who slapped and hit Monique? Would y'all have given her that same energy? And as you can see, no, because they don't see Candace as the villain. They see Candace as a victim because Candace makes herself the victim. And when you make yourself the victim, people are going to start to believe it. They're going to start to believe, oh yeah, we do bully her. We are ganging up on her. We did do this. We did do that. Y'all do that to everybody. So it's only wrong when you do it to Candace, but then you can't call Candace a little girl. You can't do this, that, and the other. If you don't know how to act with grown women, you're a little girl, period. You can't get mad. Like, get out of here. But I mean, I guess I answered my own question because they don't have that same energy for each other. It's always Monique who's in the wrong. Like, Giselle, like, it wasn't Giselle who was the one talking smack in Monique's house after talking smack about her before. Like, y'all already had two instances where you met and it just didn't vibe, so you come to her house and be continuously disrespectful. You expect her to just take the disrespect? Like, you're in my house now, you're in my house, so at this point you can either get beat up and we can go on about our lives, or you can leave, because at the end of the day, like, you being rude and disrespectful, and that energy doesn't belong in somebody's house. And for you to be offended, like, you really have some nerve, Giselle. But it just speaks to your character and who you are as a person. And I mean, you can only blame your upbringing for that, I guess. I really want to know though, what image do you have to hold? Because as far as I'm concerned, your dad crushed that image when he outed you at dinner and said that he don't have no respect for your ex-husband who was running around here stealing money from the church and having sex with women from the church and getting women from the church pregnant. Got 6, 7 baby moms. Words from your dad's mouth. So I'm trying to figure out how pushing someone and throwing wine in her face to make her beat up someone else after you done plotted to try to get rid of her on the show, like, what's messing up the image? I really want to know. And what's helping the image? The restaurant that had to get closed during the pandemic? Make it make sense. You don't got the answers, Sway. You don't got the answers. Like, your husband, your image is so important, but your ex-husband couldn't even sit down at dinner with your father and look him in the face and say, I know I messed up and I want to apologize for hurting you, your family, your daughter, and our children. He couldn't even say that. You had to speak for him. That is a weak ass man, and you are a weak ass woman for allowing it, period. You are. But I guess that's the image you want to put, being a weak ass first lady, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't really know. The running theme of this season seems to be accountability, but what's standing out for me the most is the women's inability to hold their friends accountable. Like Candace, when you and Wendy met up for lunch and you told her about the women, what made you... Okay, so like Wendy, when you and Candace met up for lunch and you asked Candace about the other women, what made you think that it was okay for you to go tell Robin what she said about Giselle? Like, she told you that Robin and Giselle were like this, and then you went and told Robin what she told Giselle, and that's weird to me because you're supposed to be loyal in this old friend Candace, this so loyal friend to Candace, but yeah, you threw her under the bus to people you knew that was gonna attack her. She called her the Giselle monster, like, and you fed her right to the Giselle monster. That's crazy. That's wild to me. And Candace, you didn't say nothing, but then you had to say something to Monique, who you felt like threw you under the bus, but you was throwing her under the bus with the Amistad comment. So I'm like, is anybody gonna be held accountable besides Monique? Cause I know she's tired. Who else? When Giselle confronted Candace about the the comment, why like why did you not check Wendy? Why did you not check Wendy? Because that for me would have solidified y'all relationship and said, okay, y'all the type. Finally, someone can actually tell you about yourself and you not get offended. Like your own parents can't even do that. Nobody can tell you about yourself. Not even your therapist. That's how I know the therapist is fake, because not even your therapist can get you to understand that you are not always the victim. Sometimes it's other people. And sometimes, Candace, when you, sometimes it's other people and sometimes it's you. And you have to realize that you have to be held accountable, and your friends, your family, people that's closest to you are the ones best to do that. Don't let no stranger like me have to tell you about yourself. That's crazy. That's crazy that people on the internet have to read you and tell you about yourself, and you still go around and do the same thing and wonder why nobody likes you. I wonder why. Like, come on, be real. Be real with yourself for once, please. So I guess we could talk about Giselle now that I talked about everything else. Um, please stop pushing your ex-husband on your kids. If they wanted to accept y'all's relationship, they will. If they don't, they won't. But if you want that relationship, continue to pursue it. Stop pushing it on your kids and let it happen organically. It's weird for your kids to have to see your parents date, but it's weirder for your parents to try to put on a relationship like y'all are a family unit when y'all haven't been a family unit. And the kids can see that. They're old enough to know that, like, this is weird and I don't like what's going on, so something needs to change. And the kids are not saying, oh, I don't want mommy to be with daddy. They're just saying, like, daddy, mommy has never told us anything positive about daddy, so we don't really know. And now daddy's trying to be boyfriend, and y'all know what I don't know, but y'all know what it's like when your parents start dating somebody and how that person treats you. That's how the kids feel. They feel like daddy is in boyfriend mode, not in dad mode. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just hope that y'all figure something out, because all we want is the kids to grow up in a safe and comfortable environment, and they shouldn't have to be uncomfortable because their mom and their dad are dating. I still want to know what made you think buying a restaurant for kids was like going to be profitable. Like, granted, like y'all talking about generational wealth, but for one, for one, the pandemic was not going on then, but it is going on now, and it was going on earlier this year. So yeah. Two, restaurants with this cast at least have not been the most successful. So I would have thought that, you could have bought them some property, put their name in it, rent the property out, or got them some stock in like Netflix or Disney, or, talk to like a clothing agency and tried to get them like a line or something. The girls wanted Nicki Minaj tickets, and you bought them a restaurant, and then y'all went to the restaurant and you was acting like you was the owner and they was just working there. So it's weird to me. It is. It's getting weird. Also, Robin, how did you not know that you owed that money to the IRS? Because you were the one that mentioned it to Karen and was like, how do you not know you owe that much money? So how did you not know? Anyway, so moving forward with like the rest of the season, I can already tell that they're not going to invite Monique to the trip that they go on. You can tell that the rest of the season, they're going to try their hardest to like get Monique out, because this was their plan. I'm telling y'all, this was that plan that they went and had that dinner after Andy's baby shower. This was the plan, and that's why Candace had came out and said something, because she has to look like the victim in this whole situation. Like, I don't believe Candace was like, y'all, it's not going, ain't nobody gonna believe Chase not Chris's because he looked just like him. I don't believe Candace said that. I don't. I just believe that Candace, this was Candace's role to make her look like the victim, because when she gets beat up, she has to look like she did nothing wrong. She was the one that was trying to be the friend. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like going forward, it's going to be less Monique and more them being anti Monique and trying to get Monique off the cast, and how we don't like Monique and this, that, and the other. And hopefully we see more of Monique and Chris like come together in their relationship. You can see that they're having a lot of issues right now when it comes to like roles and responsibilities of being a parent and a spouse. So I hope they can like come to solve that. Um, for me, Chris is like, he's been real unsupportive this season, like especially when it came to the fight. Like he's so team Candace and Chris, when in reality Candace was never team Chris and Monique. You know what I'm saying? Like Candace did not sing happy birthday to Monique, but then want to get mad because Monique didn't tell her bye. Girl, you didn't tell me happy birthday. Why would I tell you bye? For real, for real. You've been disrespectful the whole trip. You disrespected all the things I had planned for the whole trip. And now when we sing happy birthday, you know where to be found. But then you expect me to tell you bye. Girl, bye. Bye. That was your bye. Bye, bitch. I'm sleep on your ass. Cause I'm not finna fuck with you when you're being like you. I just can't with Candace. She is such a victim, and I'm over her. And I really, 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 really hope she does not come back next season. And I really, really, really hope Wendy doesn't either. And if Wendy does, I hope Candace don't, because Candace is a victim and Wendy is a follower. And victims love followers, because the follower is going to do whatever the victim say, because the victim is a victim. And Wendy, you are a follower. I don't care how many degrees you got. For you to just be anti-Monique because Candace told you to, even though you've never been loyal to Candace and these other women have shown you no loyalty, none of these people on the cast, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I really hope you don't come back, because we have those. We already have a Cynthia Bailey. We don't need another one in another city. Like, we don't. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have to keep Giselle, because you need a villain, and even though she's a colorist, I guess that's the only person that they could find, considering Charisse won't let nobody get on the show. I wonder if Charisse will come back any point in this season, because she just such good friends with everyone now, you know. So we'll see about that. Hopefully Karen and Ray can get beside their differences and come together. Ashley and Michael needs to get together, because Ashley, I'm glad you redid that prenup, that posting up, sis, because Michael is trying it, and you need to make sure you can protect your coin. I'm with you on that. Who else? Candace and Chris, I don't want you to come back. Wendy, and I don't know what your husband's name is, because you don't even give us a chance, because you be in so much business that doesn't concern you. I hope you don't come back. Your kids are cute, though. They are. Robin and Juan, we'll see. And I guess that's about it. Is it? I don't know. But yeah, so we'll be back with episode 12. Maybe not. Probably episode 13. And